Hi everybody, welcome back to the Desma Works channel, and today we're back on with the 748 project that, if you remember, sort of took a pause because we found that we had damaged cases. So I have now got another engine from the owner. We're going to strip this down to get to the cases because that's what we want. It's not a pretty engine. So it is a late 748 engine because it's got the three-phase alternator but doesn't have the oil cooler. It's usually a giveaway that it's one of the really late models, but luckily doesn't have the tester bassa heads. It's got the standard Desma Quattro heads, but as you can see it's a bit unloved. But the owner is going to be doing all of the painting of the cases once I've got them apart and back to him. So effectively I'm taking this engine apart to get these cases, plus I need a few of the rockers out of the heads because we've got some ones on his decent engine that we're rebuilding that are missing some of the hard chrome. So for this video, because I've taken a few of these apart, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to film it getting stripped down. So I'm going to speed it up, but I'm going to try and make this a real-time video. It might be split over a couple of sit-ins because it's relatively warm in here today. But what I'm going to do today is probably get all the heads and barrels off so we get to the bottom end, and then I'll do the bottom end in another piece. But I'll try and get a decent camera angle so you can see what's going on, but we'll just take this apart in one hit. Right, let's do this then. Okay, next day, slightly cooler, and back on with it. Let me set you up. Okay, engine stripped down. You can see where it had a bit of moisture inside the engine. In fact, if you look at the pile of bits we've put to one side, that was the horizontal cylinder full of water. Some rust corrosion on the vertical as well. The clutch had been apart because it was missing the pressure plate. So one free conrod, one seized conrod. Might actually, let's take that off if we can do that, and let's have a look at what damage is there. But the good part, particularly for the owner of the 748 engine that I'm rebuilding, is we've got a good set of cases. Albeit that we've got a 3-phase engine versus a 2-phase engine, but not a problem because obviously this is what I'm after. The cases are really scabby, going to need a really good clean up, and then I'll take out the studs as well, and the owner can then sort out getting them painted and they'll be good to go. But not a pretty sight really, are they? Typical you know, Ducati case problem with all the paint having come off and away. Pile of external bolts, internal engine bolts, selector drum's okay, intermediate timer shaft, no major issues on that one either. Okay, I'll do it off camera quickly because I've not got anywhere to really set you up now that my gimbal's not working, but I'll quickly whack these off and let's come back in a second and have a look at what damage is in there. So this engine that I'm stripping apart, can you see what the problem is? Bearing spun and it's jammed together. I mean, it's lucky it only seized that rod because it had, as you can see there, it skewed out the side and is actually locking up against this one. But if you look at the other one, it's wiped well and truly. So the bike either suffered a lack of lubrication or overheated. These non-oil cooled ones have a bit of a reputation for either spinning bearings in the rods or partial seizures due to overheating. The crank is scored, but do you know what? If somebody needed to keep it, you could send this to be, oh no, there's quite a significant lip there actually. You can't see it, but yeah, you could undersize it. You can get hold of undersized bearings from EVR. It's I think it's seized pretty quickly because the rods, I mean, without measuring them to ensure they're perfectly straight, they look at first glance to be okay. Yeah, I mean, depending on how they measured up, you'd probably have to get away with reusing those because well, you'd have to check the internal measurement on that. That has been, you can see there, might be a bit of a low spot where it's been rubbing against the crank. That one's okay. But that was why this engine's not been used. And then we'll get in the cases. For those of you that want to know what a spun bearing looks like, this one's spun into the other shell, started to overheat and melt. As you can see there, it's very black and it started to deform. Interestingly, hardly any metallic debris in the oil that I got out, albeit that it had been mostly drained. So very little secondary damage within the engine. Okay, well, that was a quick video just to strip this engine down so you could see that in real time, albeit that I'm going to be speeding it up. Okay, thanks for watching that video. Hope you enjoyed that one. That is engine taken down. I've obviously sped it up a little bit so it's not in proper real time, but that enables it just to be a slightly short video. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you enjoyed the insight as to why that engine was seized. and I'll see you on the next video. Chuck us a like if you enjoyed it. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe and notification bell for more content. See you at the next video. Cheers then. Bye.